A recap of all the fire helicopter incidents. So the best way for them to handle stuff, obviously, is to just pretend like it didn't happen and then make something else up and fly something else by and say that's all it was. And then say, look at his phone, you can't see it correctly. But they set a fire in Camp Pendleton, and this was when people actually started like legitimately auditing. Not like when they were aware, but when they started being involved. And I had that 100 video upload day around July 25th. And I remember that the fire helicopters were on that. So it was during that month, possibly July. I'll go find my notebook or get my channels up again. But they set a fire in Pendleton and they flew helicopters down my street, parallel with my street, over my house. And that doesn't make any sense because Mission Viejo Lake is about 2 miles away. So they would have had to fly over to Mission Viejo Lake, then fly in a straight line down my street, and then more than a 90-degree turn backwards towards Pendleton. And so it doesn't make sense, and I said that. And then in all their wisdom, they set a fire in Laguna Niguel, called it the Niguel Fire. And if you look at the map, Mission Viejo Lake, then my house, and then Niguel, it's a perfect line. My house is the midpoint, and it looks retarded. And if they flew there and my house was the midpoint, they would have flown over my house at a diagonal. But instead, they flew straight down my street, parallel with the street, just like the Pendleton incident. So that blows them both up and proves that they set both of the fires. And then Canyon Fire 1 and Canyon Fire 2, they set those so they could fly jumbos low on my roof. But they've started flying these white-red copters that aren't fire helicopters, that are just colored like it, and then tune them up to sound like heavy and stuff, and they fly them by. They've flown them by a few times within the last month when people were auditing things a lot, and they're just saying now that, oh yes, it's just this random red and white helicopter that just flies by on business, and everything flies by on business right over my roof. But why wouldn't there be a high volume? Look at my videos. There's a high volume when there's a fire. Doesn't that prove that there were fire helicopters and not every now and then a little white and red, not a little one, but a white and red copter to cover up for it? Doesn't make any sense. There's so many holes in that story. So it pisses me off because my phone shut off when I was trying to record this one that just flew over my house when they were using fake civilians to rev the hell out of their planes so that I couldn't hear a helicopter coming. So they set all the damn fires.